So as soon as you turn off the onions, just let them sit here and keep them warm. This is a little observation I kind of made. When you need warm water for yeast inside the dough to make it rise, and you add in the whatever ingredient you use, which happens to be onions now, and since they're warm, that'll help with the yeast too. I find when you have onions that are already sauteed, or jalapeno peppers that are already pickled, and they're in the refrigerator, it goes into the dough, and it doesn't rise as good because you're putting cold, mixing it, and it's probably putting the yeast in shock. We don't want to do that. So sometimes it rises, sometimes it doesn't. I've eaten the bread either way because Pepper does not like to waste anything. So we're going to wait 5 minutes and then we're going to mix everything together. Mix everything in. Now we left out the tablespoon of olive oil, which we will do right now. Ooh, a little bit too much. I guess we can put a little extra in there. Oh, I put way too much. Oh well. It's time to mix the yeast. So you pour the yeast in. I prefer to use a spatula, a rubber spatula when mixing any kind of bread dough, pizza dough, because it doesn't stick as bad. It's really difficult to work with any other kind of spoon, whether it's a metal spoon or whatever. So just keep mixing until it's, mixed good enough. Now mind you, this is the bowl with the 1.5 cups of flour. The other half is right here. I want to add just a little flour. More flour. We add all the onions. Just use your hands. The onions are still warm because I just sauteed them, and that'll help activate that dry yeast a little bit. So coat the onions up with the flour. Start adding more flour. You're going to do this until you get a nice elastic ball. At this point, you can start using your other hand. That way you can feel where it's wet and sticky, so you can make sure you're coating it with the rest of the flour. While you're doing this, also you're using your fist to knead it, like a deep tissue massage. So as you see, I can make a ball. Here's my little dough ball. It's not really sticky, and I'm going to coat it again with just a little bit more, powdering a little babies behind. Not that I've ever done that before, nor would I want to. This is gigantic, I know, but I'm just gonna kind of coat a little olive oil. Got the ball of dough, a little bit of olive oil coating. I swished her on my fingers, very little. And in a nice little ball, just put a bunch of clear wrap on it. One more piece. Let sit for 1.5 hours, and then we're going to transfer it into a baking pan, and then it's going to be covered and rise again for another 1.5 hours. So it's actually 3-hour rising time. Okay, it's been 1.5 hours, and we're getting ready to transfer. Look how much it's risen. Woohoo!